Martha Berger's life has not taken a direct course. Born in Connecticut and raised in Delaware, Martha would eventually find herself at Oklahoma State University in the medical technology program.
But I can remember my friends in the dorm. I lived in Wilhelm North. These winds would come and they'd say, "Let's go up to the top floor." And we would watch the water in the toilets move and go up and down as the building swayed. Well, let me tell you, for a woman from the East Coast, that is a mighty scary thing.
Although she received a degree from OSU, she would eventually leave the field.
And then I went back and got an accounting degree and worked in finance, and ultimately spent almost 20 years at one of our locally headquartered oil and gas companies, Chesapeake Energy.
Martha became the HR director, working side by side with the great Aubrey McClendon.
I was one of the first or earliest employees at Chesapeake Energy, and having the opportunity to work alongside Aubrey McClendon, who will go down in history as one of the most influential people in our state, and certainly for that industry beyond our state.
One of her responsibilities was to help lead Chesapeake's philanthropic efforts.
We were sponsors of the Oklahoma Youth Expo, and through those efforts we got to know many of our FFA students and leadership, and we just felt that those were some awesome students that we could really make an impact on.
She saw it as a perfect opportunity to join Chesapeake's vision to be out in rural Oklahoma and help with that positive image.
But Martha also wanted to personally give to the educational institutes that helped her be successful. When it came to her alma mater, the choice was easy.
And so it was kind of neat that through my work at Chesapeake, I got to know the FFA student leadership. And I thought, this is great. These are such awesome current leaders and future leaders for our country and our state, and they're at OSU.
She created the single largest scholarship gift to FFA within the state of Oklahoma, providing financial assistance for all 8 members of the state FFA officer team.
So as long as there's an OSU, as long as there's an FFA, there will be 8 bright and shiny young FFA officers. They'll have scholarships forever, and that's quite a legacy.
So the role of an FFA state officer is to be humbly servant and serve 25,000 FFA members throughout a year-long career. So that means that we're still full-time college students, and so it definitely takes a load off of your back.
And so she really saw an opportunity to say, hey, this leadership thing that these students are going through as state FFA officers, that's really important. I want to do something to help support them so that they can carry out their duties while they're also dealing with the costs and challenges of college.
After Chesapeake, Martha would step into a historic role, the first female president of Oklahoma City University.
Moving to Oklahoma City University and beginning to instill a culture of positive mindset, success, moving forward, growing, those kinds of things, that was really important to me. I also think it's one of the reasons why I'm drawn to FFA, because the culture of FFA is all of that.
Martha Berger, 2021 champion for OSU Agriculture.